Hi, I'm Sherri Jones. Welcome to Mending the Hoop. This week's show is about what's going on right now in North Dakota with the Bakken pipeline. Well, basically what's happening is we have another broken treaty. The Sioux people of the Standing Rock Reservation right now are in protest against this a pipeline on their property, and they're being blocked from their property by a fence type of barricade that where there's been like a line drawn in the property where nobody can go over. There's lots of police there right now guarding it, and very many people protesting. It's a pretty sad situation because from what I understand, if this is built and that pipeline breaks, it's possible that this stuff can come all the way to Wisconsin, is what I've heard. There's claims that it won't cause any damage, but there's also been, it was one that had broken like over 70 times, and that was said that wouldn't break at all. So these things always break, and there are very many worried people, and there was a chairman and a councilman that was arrested there the other day too, which was very unfair. But I have some pictures and videos that people have allowed me to use, seeing how I'm not able to travel there right now. And I'm not, with this new way of things being done on Facebook, I'm not really sure on how to capture on my computer right now, 'cause I don't know how that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the videos on my computer and then record them from my camera, and I don't know how clear they'll come out, but I just want to give people an idea as to what's going on there right now. I have been in contact with their historical preservationist, who has allowed me to read some things that he has put out for people to read. But first I'll show some pictures and videos. Thank you. This is a video that was made by Stephen J. Sitting Bear of John Eagle Sr. speaking to the crowd.
My name's John Eagle Sr. and I'm the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer for the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. I want to tell you, Wopala Tumpka Chichialo. For all of those of you who travel long ways to stand with the Hunkpa, I'm going to share something with you that we normally don't talk about. This spring we held ceremony. The Hunkpapa gathered to pray about what we should do in regards to this pipeline. During that ceremony, the ancestors said they already knew what we were facing. The answers also reminded us that a man from here, Yao Shlate Oyate, faced similar odds and was victorious because the Ocheti Shakowe stood together and they believed in our Chanupa. For those of you that know our history, you know they were talking about Battle of the Greasy Grass. We're the only nation in this country to have defeated the United States Army armed conflict. But they told us in ceremony, 4 were chosen. There were 4 men given Pejuta to carry, to speak for our people and to pray for our people. Spirits told us they didn't want us to go to jail. They reminded us, believe in that Chanupa. A few nights ago in the Kichita community, we had ceremony again. Because those 4 men wanted to ask for direction. And again the Spirit said, we know what you're up against. But there's a woacha on the land. But I'm not going to translate that. But for those that you understand, they said there's a woacha on the land long ago. And they said, the Hewana, they're here with us. They said that we have that ability to call out to them and to ask them for their help. And again, they reminded us that the Ocheti Shakowe needs to stand together. That the Ocheti Shakowe needs to remember our Chanupa and believe in those prayers. Meja, I sat here for 3 days watching over you. Served the United States Army. I don't tell people that. That Akichita inside me made me sit here and watch over you. Because I didn't want to have happen what just happened here. These are not the enemy. They're North Dakotans just like us, from the Dakotas. That enemy is United States Army Corps of Engineers. Standing Rock Sioux tribe struck coup on them. Fired a lawsuit on behalf of our children, our grandchildren, and those not yet born. Kikshapo, Tokata we choicha geki, Pena wachiniapi. Kikshapo, Ilkshapo. We've been working. Measure, I'm not a protester, but I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not a demonstrator, but I'm not afraid to stand my ground. And I'm not a militant, but I'm military trained. The Lakota people were a peaceful people. But some of the fiercest warriors on the planet went provoked. This isn't our way to be yelling insults. That's not our way. It's not the way of that warrior. That call went out. Tony Waeki, Phyllis Young, when Dapo came to our land and told us this was a done deal, that call went out to our warriors. They're here, but they're not in front of cameras. We're watching over you. But you have to have courage in your heart. You have to believe in Tukashla. We're not alone. We've seen recent weather events for the believers. We've seen Wakia Oyate come. And today, Shumwaka Oyate came. 4 years ago, the Te Oyate surfaced by Wakpashicha. We're not alone. But remember that some of these patrolmen and officers that are here don't like this either. It's an energy company out of Texas that's here. There was a rumor that that erupted, which caused me to get out of my vehicle. And that rumor was that human remains were found. That's why I got out of my vehicle. And I came to talk to these officers. Identified who I was, and they got me in touch with who I needed to speak to. We've gone up there to look at the site where they had scraped the surface. They're building an access road. They have that right to be here, unfortunately. This is called PCN 4. You cross this barrier, you're trespassing. But Kiksiapo, that's what we're fighting in court. We're asserting ourselves not only for our exterior boundaries, because those of you like me that carry our tribal IDs, this says I come from POW Camp 302. We gotta quit letting mainstream society define who we are as Lakota people. Ilok Chapo. Malakota. And I'm standing with my relatives today. You put courage in my heart. But I gotta remind you what the ancestors said is believe in that prayer. Believe in that chanupa. Ewana, look. That's what we gotta think about. Our children are watching us. Our grandchildren are watching us. And that's what this is about. If this pipeline is successful, it's not us that are going to have to deal with that. It's our children or our grandchildren or those not yet born. So when the DAPO come to our shores and told us it was a done deal, we had no choice but to resist. But keep in mind, like some of you standing here, you're veterans. We never lost those abilities. But inside of us, we have a different type of discipline. So I'm asking you, remember who you are. Posts are going viral. I've shared posts out of this demonstration that they've gone viral. So let's put our best foot forward. Let's show the world what Lakota really are. We're connected to our ancestors. We have a genetic memory. That's where our language lies. That's where our spirituality lies. Some of you here are fluent speakers. Speak that language to us. We're not going to learn if you don't talk it to us. Keep in mind, we're defending the aboriginal homelands of the Ochechi Shakoni. Our homelands extend as far west as Wyoming, Montana. Far north is bush country, Canada. Far east is the big lakes, Great Lakes, and as far south as Kansas. Those are our homelands. We can travel for days and never leave our land. So it doesn't matter what other people say. But keep in mind that Cheyenne River Sioux tribe 2 days ago, joined the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, and they pulled that trigger, filed a lawsuit. Monday I got a call from the Yahunktawa, Yankton Sioux tribe. Tribal council passed a resolution that they needed to file their lawsuit. We're the third tribe. Missouri River, PA, that the Corps uses to govern this river. We've talked 4 tribes into terminating that PA. So, Lehechiapo. Ewana, Chateti is a Kinajipo. Have courage and stand with strong hearts. We don't have to be angry to be brave. We don't have to say bad things. We have courage in our heart. We got women and children amongst us. So you men, I'm asking you to be warriors. It's not in our language to cuss. There is no way in Lakota to cuss. So remember that. You have Wakaya amongst us. You got Wadokshala and Wichakshala amongst us. Be on your best behavior. We can do this. We can stop this. But you got to have courage in your heart and believe in our prayers. So what you're doing is good. You're bringing attention to the world. Now they know. But I want to, again, share that these aren't the enemy. They're from the Dakotas, just like us. I mean, I don't have no animosity in my heart for those construction crews either. Because they're trying to provide for their families just like us. Everyone has a job to do here, to include our relatives that have come from long ways to be here with us. Again, I'm going to tell you, you put courage in my heart. But there's no need for us to be angry because we're going to defeat them. So these aren't. What I wanted to share you on behalf of the sheriffs here is it was this sheriff who's in charge of the law enforcement who asked them to leave. That's what caused them. Acknowledge him for what he did for us. Because he was concerned about our children. He was concerned about our women. He was concerned it was going to escalate, so he ordered them off site. That's why they left. My archaeologist and I and Lakshmi John here went through the site up here. There are no human remains. It's an order from the sheriff department to ask them to leave. De-escalate this accident. So I went out, I'm going to say a prayer because I've got tears in my eyes because of how proud you're making me. I got courage in my heart because you come to stand up for our people. So well, now we're going to send that voice to Passion because that's what our ancestors asked for.
For the women doing a healing dance for the water and the situation going on there. It was a local powwow there, jingle dress dancers. Okay, now I have a message that was put out by John Eagle Sr. Long ago, our ancestors knew the Cannonball River as Inyan Wankan Kajapi Wakapa. I don't speak Lakota, so I don't know if I pronounce that right. River where the sacred stones are made. And they knew the Missouri River as Minnesos, turbulent water. At the confluence of where those two rivers met was a great whirlpool that created perfectly round stones that were considered to be sacred. When the U.S. Army Corps of Engineering degraded the Cannonball River and altered its course, the rivers quit making those stones. The federal undertaking had an adverse effect on an area of religious and cultural significance to our people. We will never again see this. When man changes the land, it is changed forever. When the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers created the dams to create hydraulic power, that federal undertaking had an adverse effect on a traditional cultural landscape. Construction had begun north of Standing Rock, and they didn't even bother to tell the people. It wasn't until the water came that they realized that they were flooding the river. There are many sad stories from our relatives and communities that lived on the river bottom about the deep spiritual wound this caused our grandparents. When they lost their river bottom, they lost traditional foods and medicines that caused the people to become dependent on Indian health services. Prior to that, there was no diabetes, heart disease, and obesity among our people. The land between the Cannonball River and the Heart River north of us is sacred land, this historic place of commerce where enemy tribes camped within the sight of each other peacefully because of the reverence they had for the sacred place. In the area are sacred stones where our ancestors went to pray for good direction, strength, and protection for the coming year. Those stones are still there. The people still go there every day. The entire route of the Dakota Access Pipeline will have an adverse effect on sites of religious and cultural significance to many tribal nations. Wherever the buffalo roam, our ancestors left evidence of their existence and connection to everything in creation. The Aboriginal lands of the Osidi, Sakaganawin, not sure if I pronounced that right either, extended as far as west of as Wyoming and Montana, as far north as the bush country in Canada, as far east as the Great Lakes, and as far south as Kansas. Along this construction corridor, they're going to disrupt ancestral burial places and sites of religious and cultural significance to tribes. For our relatives traveling to Standing Rock to pray with and to support the Papa, remember you're on sacred land. Respect each other. Watch over each other. Be good relatives to each other. Let's be good stewards to the land and commit to having as small of an ecological footprint as we can. There will be feeds burning your Watisa plates. Another word I don't know, sorry. Let's try not to litter the land with the plastic and styrofoam. Spread the word. You are coming to sacred land, to a sacred place, and need to be respectful and have reverence for the land, water, and air. P. Elko Po, another word of the language I don't understand. Take care. Or I'm sorry. Take courage and be strong. Our ancestors are with us. We are not alone, and be victorious. Oh, hesi tu wio. Okay, that was nice. Here we have another piece from John Eagle Sr. The lawsuits of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and Cheyenne River Sioux tribe have temporarily slowed them down. This is confirmation that they will not bore under the river until the injunction filed have been resolved. I spoke with Chairman Flute from the Sistan Wapatan Oye yesterday, and he said that they were going to look at either filing an intervener or an amicus brief in support of Standing Rock Sioux. I guess I need my bifocals. Sorry. Tribe lawsuit. Spread the word. Talk to your elected leaders and have their attorneys join the lawsuit by filing a amicus brief in support of Standing Rock and Cheyenne River. Oh yeah, Po. Again, I'm sorry about my not being able to speak the language. Well, what's happening is that the tribes are coming together and many people are heading there. If not, they're not already there. And it's just growing and growing. And then there's other tribes that are joining with the Sioux tribes in this too. Okay, here's another thing. Dakota relatives from Flandeau Sante Sioux tribe hand-delivered their resolution in support of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Now therefore be it resolved that Flandeau Sante Sioux tribe hereby expresses its strong support of the effort to stop the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline to protect the water and environment that all Great Plains tribes depend on, and be it further resolved that the Executive Committee supports the Standing Rock Sioux tribe in its effort against the U.S. Army Corps of the Engineers in its unlawful and unintelligible approval of permits for the pipeline in 2012, which violates the Clean Water Act, Rivers and Harbors Act, the National Historic Preservation Act, and the National Environment Policy Act. And be it further resolved that the Executive Committee calls upon the Secretary of Interior to uphold the trust responsibilities of the United States of America and take all action necessary to prohibit the construction of the pipeline. And be it further resolved that the Executive Committee asks that the Law Enforcement and Attorney General of North Dakota dismiss all pending actions against the protesters who are acting passionately to protect their land and their children's future. And be it finally resolved that the Executive Committee demands that President Barack Obama respects the commitment of Indian country and takes every action necessary to protect the water and the Osidi Sakowin. Okay. Sorry, it sounds like my neighbors upstairs are vacuuming. Before the cats were fighting. It is a letter of support from Rosebud Sioux Tribe President William Kindle to Honorable Chairman Arvol II in opposition of the Dakota Access Pipeline. It says, please share. Okay. Honorable Chairman Arvol II, greetings from the Rosebud Sioux Tribe. As the President, I am writing on behalf of the Sekanagu Oyate to extend our support to the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe and stand in strong opposition to the Dakota Access Pipeline. The pipeline could potentially damage and destroy sites of great historic, religious, and cultural significance as it crosses ancestral land of the Great Sioux Nation. The Rosebud Sioux Tribe stands in solidarity with with the Hunk Papa, our relatives of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, in their fight to protect the land and resources so vital to our people. As we stand united, our thoughts and prayers are with you and your people to give you the strength and courage to continue the battle against the Dakota Access Pipeline and the state and federal government entities who permit this atrocious act. If we could be of any assistance, please feel free to contact my office. Then his telephone number, Russ Eaglebear, our Tribal Historic Preservation Officer. Sincerely, President William Kindle. Okay, on August 12th, there had been a total of 18 people arrested, and within that 18 people, there was Councilman Dana Wazini, Dr. Sarah Jumping Eagle, and Mr. Chairman Dave Archambault II. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing names right. I'll show some pictures that were taken by Shauna M. Long. Okay, this is a video by Shauna Long, who is Margaret Gates' daughter. Okay, this is a video that was posted by Margaret Gates, who is a Standing Rock tribal employee. And again, it's not real clear due to the fact that I'm videoing over it, over another video, and also they're out in the sun, so I think the sun is hard for them to video. I believe this was yesterday, and there's been more people who have joined them since. They have set up a camp, and more people are coming. Today is Sunday, and I heard that tomorrow there's going to be busloads coming in. Busloads of supporters and more campers are coming. They're asking for donations for supplies and food and all kinds of things that are needed there.
Stay right here and don't go nowhere. When Grandma comes back, you go by the chair. I'm going to go on that door. I'm going to see if I can get on that side and get pictures, okay?
People who cross the barrier have been being arrested. I'm not sure how many arrests they have right now, but basically they've been pretty peaceful. And they're asking that people who come and join them not to bring any alcohol or arms.
Megan, what are you looking for? Yeah. Oh. You got in there? What they did is federal time. Shut up. Megan, stay back here. Our ancestor is above the ground now. He's not below. He's not down with what you up. You let him come up. You let them come up.
This is where people had gotten word that there was remains there, but later found out that that wasn't so. It was assumed to be This is Sherri Jones speaking on Margaret Gates' video. Thank you to Margaret Gates too for her video.
Just please take it nice and easy so that they're going to move for you. Just take it nice and easy. We don't want anybody getting hit. Okay? Thank you.
Here we have another video by Margaret Gates. There's their equipment. It's Sherri Jones speaking.
That's Sarah.
Why are you standing around and watching them? This is our land. This is our land. Stop them. This is our land.
So here is another one by Margaret Gates.
That you made. What you've done is it's been very honorable and noble gesture on behalf of the people of this tribe and the people everywhere. Made a very powerful statement about the significance of protecting our environment and natural resources globally. So I think that's very important is protecting our natural resources and our environment. And young people that have done that has been very honorable for us. You guys said it in English only. It's the water of life that made that very powerful statement and made a great sacrifice. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just want to say that it's been a historical event that you guys have created, that you guys have done to bring attention to the significance of protecting our environment and natural resources. We will do that. God bless.
Okay, here's another one by Margaret Gates. It's a little hard to see, but I guess what is important is what they have to say.
My relatives, I look around here and I'm proud. I know when issues like this come up with anybody, I acknowledge that. It's good. It's good emotion. It's good feeling. You know, when you guys, young people first decided, go on downtown to Omaha. You know, the first one to walk Paula down the street, Overbridge, I was there. I felt good. I felt good that, you know, younger people, younger generation, our children were standing up. And I want to explain why it makes me feel good.
Well, thank you again, Margaret. Okay, here we are with another shared video.
Hi, my name is Dallas, and this bothers me. Okay, much better. Hi everybody, Hamadak be. Washichi Dallas Goldtooth Emaki Abido, Dakota, we trashta Hemachado. My name is Dallas Goldtooth. I'm Dakota, and I'm the Keep It in the Ground campaign organizer for the Indigenous Environmental Network. And I wanted to make this short video for a couple of reasons, and primarily it's in support and solidarity with the Sacred Stone Camp, which is on the front line fight against the Dakota Access Pipeline in North Dakota. Dakota Access Pipeline is a crude oil pipeline that proposes to ship Bakken oil crude over 1,200 miles across the heartland of America, up to 400,000 barrels of oil a day. And a critical part of this fight is the crossing of the Missouri River, which our communities of the Standing Rock, Lakota, Dakota, Oyate are fighting against, because it directly impacts our water resources, it impacts our cultural resources, significant cultural sites, and so people are standing up, rising up, and saying no. And so that's what the foundation of that blockade is, to protect water resources. But also this necessity, that's growing climate movement for us to keep fossil fuels in the ground. So I want to say love, appreciation to those on the front line there in the Sacred Stone Camp. I appreciate all the effort that's being done on behalf of all of us. The second thing is, for those of you who are traveling to the camp or want to travel to the camp, it's amazing, and it's welcomed. You're needed. You have a place there. But there's a couple things that need to be shared beforehand, and that have been passed on to me by our organizers on the ground there. And first and foremost, come prepared, and make sure that you are bringing something to the camp, and that you, first and foremost, that drugs and alcohol and firearms are not allowed at the camp. This is a peaceful resistance. This is not a resistance that's founded upon the principles of nonviolent direct action. So make sure that you keep that in mind. The second thing is that bring your own shelter, bring your own bags, sleeping bags, your own blankets, your own cooking gear. Make sure if you're able to bring your own gear, so that you are self-sustainable, or you're self-sufficient in the camp there. We want to make sure that we don't place any more unnecessary burden upon the camp, and that we can contribute and help overall. So if you're able to, please bring those gear for yourself. If you're not able to, then that's something that can be figured out there in camp, but try your best to make sure that you're prepared. If you're not able to make it to the camp, please donate. Check out sacredstonecamp.org for a list of things that they need, a well-documented list of all their things that they need that you can mail to them. There's also a fundraiser. There's two fundraisers. One for the general camp support, for them to buy supplies, and the second one is for legal defense. Please check out sacredstonecamp.org for that information. You can also follow along, of course, at the Indigenous Environmental Network Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. And other than that, we appreciate your love, your support. And remember that we do this to defend, we're defending our rights as Indigenous peoples. We're protecting Mother Earth, and we're advocating for us to renew our relationship to the world around us and to each other. And the only way we can do that is through a just transition, and to step away from this fossil fuel industry and extractive development. That's it. I hit my talking points. Boom. I hope you're doing good. I hope you have a good day. I'll see you later. I feel nice and soft.
Okay, I found something else here I'd like to read. It's a message from Chief Arvol Looking Horse. Message on water. Okay, it's by a Jacob Devani on Thursday, March 17th, 2016. The importance of water in the Lakota tradition. Arvol Looking Horse is the 19th generation keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf pipe of the Sioux Nation. He is a leading voice in the preservation of the sacred sites across the planet, and founder of World Peace and Prayer Day, which happens every year on June 21st. Arvol was also very involved in calling forth awareness and international collaboration in the wake of the Fukushima nuclear disaster and vocal about climate change issues. He speaks from the heart with deep responsibility to the ancestors and love for the future generations. Below is his statement about the importance of water from his Lakota tradition. We as caretakers of Turtle Island have always understood Great Spirit has blessing with us. The water of life, Miniwikani, don't know if I said that right. We always know it is the lifeline to maintain health and well-being. For a few decades now, we have been told through our ceremonies that man has gone too far, disrupting many cycles of life. Through our passed down knowledge that still carried traditions of respect for all world in order to maintain balance and harmony, we still carry our ways to honor the 4 seasons upon Mother Earth. On March 21st, many people will be welcoming the thunders and ceremonies throughout Turtle Island. We also acknowledge another honoring for water around Mother Earth to unite and offer prayers on March 22nd, known as World Water Day. We are asking to open your hearts and minds to this time of crisis that is now upon us, threatening a healthy life for our future generations and also for the many spirit lives of the 4-legged wiggin ones, those that crawl and swim, who depend on Miniwikani, the water of life. Those that know how strong spirited energy is, understand water is the most essential lifeline to survival. It is the source of life that is so powerful that we offer our energy of prayers. It can change into medicinal healing through united intentions. Even science finally found this out only recently. Water carries the keeper's energy and can change very fast. It can also bring death up by not respecting its gift, especially when overabused as a resource. It is time we wake up the world to stop abusing and destroying a gift of life before it is too late. In a sacred hoop of life where there is no ending and no beginning. Onepitaka, that we shall live. Signed, Chief Arvol Looking Horse, 19th generation keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf pipe. Well, thank you, Arvol. Thank you for joining me with Mending the Hoop. I ask for people to please say some prayers for the people in North Dakota and for the land and for the safety of all. Thank you again for joining. See you next time.